Okay, I'm back for round 3. I actually did this. Let me just check my hair. I actually did this. This is my third take on the Villages market update. And I know that messes up my light a little bit. Report. Let's just start right in with the report. Page 1 shows the pre-owned sales. It shows pending and closed, but I only care about closed. I don't use pending for my analysis. I'm going to compare this to last year so you know what the trend is. Also, they do new, pending, and closed. They do days on the market, average pricing. That's page 1. It is a summary report of just the second quarter, and then it has year-to-date totals for first and second quarter added together. I've made a spreadsheet, so I'll show you these reports. The inside of the report gives you the specific areas and their statistics. And of course, Spanish Springs and Lake Sumter, there aren't new homes. They're all pre-owned homes. And so they give those totals. And it's clear Spanish Springs averages are lower. The Brownwood area, that includes the whole Fenny, Citrus Grove, Case and Hammock, Richmond, has much higher numbers. And those are all built in the last 3 or 4 years for average sales. I quickly show those, but I like to get right to my spreadsheet that shows you some trends that I've noticed happening. We could be at a all-time slowdown in sales. It's taking longer. And number 2, prices of homes average sales have come down. But let's compare some numbers. I want to show you my report first. I'm continuing the trend of showing you only the homes closed. Pending to me seems a little, it's just what's coming. I'm not so sure it's a good comparison. They either go through or they don't go through. They're going to eventually sell and it'll be part of the statistics. But here's what I've done. I've taken 2021 year-to-date total and put it in the front. And then I've done all of the quarters for 2022. And then the total year-to-date, so you can see what 2022 did, in which they did 1,000 less homes compared to 2021. And in the first 2 quarters, I put quarter 1, the totals in the quarter 1 report, and now I just inserted the totals that are in this market report. So I've inserted those. And what does that show me? I have done another section of the spreadsheet, and it tells me that they're down when you compare quarter to quarter. So the second quarter continues the trend and a little bit worse. In 2023, the first quarter was down both in pre-owned homes and new homes was down in the sense of how many homes they sold. Down 207. Well, the trend shows they have done 321 less closings in quarter 2 compared to the year before. Now I'm comparing it to the 2022 quarters, and you can see that the numbers are down. The bigger number that's down is days on the market. Days on the market have changed a lot. And let's just talk about days on the market. Back in 2022, homes were on the market 8, 6, 9, 15 days in 2022. This year, 18 and now 27. It's tripled for brand new homes. 27 days means you got a whole month that the house is probably on the market. No more of this, it's there and you missed it because somebody jumped in line. This also shows me that a little bit of the lottery thing is going away because the number of buyers probably has diminished. If there's less homes, if there were still as many buyers, they would go quickly. They're not going quickly. So there's a lot more to pick from. So that has made me decide that I need to do a quick follow-up, right? I'm going to do it really quick. A follow-up to this of what's on the market. There's a lot to pick from on the market. I think that's the other part that it doesn't show. They release new homes in batches, in areas that open up. So the number of homes on the market in the new homes can fluctuate. At the same time, I think we're going through a little period of time where people bought prior to the higher interest rates. They might have bought speculative, that they would buy the home and rent it out or do an Airbnb. I know there was an Airbnb in my neighborhood that is now for sale. I don't think those are as lucrative as people think they are, because you're in the rental business and you have to pay taxes, bigger taxes than just the home property. And I think a lot of people forget when you're in the rental business, you have to pay more business taxes. And I'm not so sure the Villages is a big draw for rentals. It is for the 55 community, but it's not as big a draw as people think for Orlando area. We're too far. I think we're too far. Some people will do it, but it's really not for that. It's for future retirees that might rent and come here. The other difficulty when you rent is to get all the proper passes for your tenants. And if you're doing short term, what a pain to make sure that they can actually use some of the facilities based on your house. You give up that right and you turn it over to them. I think some of that is changing. Just when I drive around in my golf cart, I'm looking and I'm going, a number of these rentals are no longer rentals. But I think looking at these numbers, turnaround time has increased. Not quite as dramatic, doubling, tripling, 30 days. Not the end of the road for the Villages and selling. But it does show you the market. And when I show you the next video of houses on the market, just through the Villages app, if you're looking to buy, maybe now is the time, especially if you have cash. If you need to take out a mortgage, you probably got to look at it a little harder because of the high mortgage rates. I'm not saying don't do a high mortgage, but I'm also saying if you're a retiree and you're going to rely on Social Security, pension, that's going to matter. May put you out of the market at the moment because of the monthly costs. But again, here's a quick look. I just see the average homes have dropped a little. They've gone from 437 average on new homes to 424. 15,000. I do think that is the sweet spot of the Villages market, between 350,000 to 500,000. I do think that's where the majority of homes that are being sold. And when you see my report of what's available, you will see that. The pre-owned are all over the place. There's some older homes that are bigger square footage, but for less because of they're older. Then there are some older that go for more because of what they have. And so it is a real mixed bag. You're not comparing apples and apples. You're comparing oranges and apples. No pun intended. That you really have to look at the listing. But my report here is I still continue to believe that when you look at new homes, the prices have gone up. it seems like homes that were selling for $300,000 a year and a half, 2 years ago, are selling for $360,000. And not a lot has changed with those homes. So I do think they're growing in value about $25,000 to $30,000 a year, and that's the market. I'm not looking at the size of the house or square footage, but just recognize it still, I believe, is a good investment even in this economy. But I think interest rates and people's hesitation is playing a role. If it's not like it was 3 years ago, where you just couldn't find a property or it was really difficult to find, it's different today. Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you like these statistics and the market report. I like to do a quick one every quarter, but that next video, I looked at these numbers and said, I want to see what houses are available and what prices they are. I'm sure you want to too. So watch for my next video. It's going to come out in a day or so. Just be ready for it, because I think if you're in the market, that's the video to watch. Thank you for watching.